Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about how you can write descriptive song lyrics. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the one big tip I have for anyone who wants to make their lyrics more descriptive. And then the second thing I'm going to talk about is just some other ways that you can make your lyrics descriptive. Alright, so let's jump into the first one. So my biggest tip for you guys who want to make your lyrics more descriptive is it's more about the mindset when you're writing lyrics. So what I want you to do is think of you telling a story to your best friend or your mom or your coworker, someone who you have a good connection with, and think of how you tell a story to them. So what I mean by this, I'm going to give you some examples. Think about a time when you've worked with a coworker who is really bossy. Say they're a new coworker, they come to the unit and they think they know everything about the store, and you're like, you just got here. If you're telling this story to your friend, probably describe what did she say. Maybe what was she wearing? What does she look like? Anywho, you'll probably explain a lot of details. This is what you want to do in your song. You want to use this energy when you're writing songs. Okay, so now I'm going to go through tips to actually make your lyrics more descriptive. One way you can make your lyrics more descriptive is by adding adjectives. So say, for example, you're writing about a person who is going to someone's house and they have this beautiful home. So maybe you're starting the scene by describing the house. It was grand, it was on top of a hill, it was bigger than all the other houses around it. The light reflected in such a way that it looked like there was a spotlight on the house. Something like that. And you can use this description and this idea that I was currently painting in your head when writing about your song. Well, you can make your lyrics more descriptive by adding actual names to your characters. Now, this doesn't always work. A lot of times when I listen to songs, I like not knowing the names. You have she wanted this or he wanted that in the song, but you never really know the person's name, and that's okay. But it can be really powerful to add a name. Like the song Hey There Delilah allows you to remember the songs better. So if this works for your song, I definitely say add it. The next tip I have is in regards to when characters are feeling some sort of emotion. Now, a lot of times in songs, we never specifically say they're sad, they're happy. We kind of build around it. So we'll maybe say they had felt lonely for many days, or they were so excited for their new car. So, we can imply that they were sad if they were lonely and that they were happy when they got a new car. But we don't specifically say they're sad or they're happy. I think the first way that I've just explained is a really good way to write songs. You can definitely do that, but I also feel that adding if they're sad or if they're happy, actually saying the word and naming the emotion can also be really powerful. So play around with it in determining what works best for your song, whether you're going to describe what they're feeling or whether you're going to actually name what they're feeling. Another tip that may help you write more descriptive song lyrics is think about painting a picture. Now, this can be literal or not. So if you're actually painting a picture, this can be a really good songwriting tool actually. So you write your lyrics and then you try to just write a picture right next to each verse. And you should be able to add enough to make the picture interesting. If you're not saying a whole lot in your verses and in your lyrics, your pictures might be a little bit boring. But if you're saying quite a bit, then your picture will be more interesting. So you can literally draw a picture to help you make your lyrics more descriptive, or another way to think about it is think about when you're writing your lyrics, what kind of picture are you painting in your head? So when people listen to your song, what do you want your listeners to be thinking of? To go farther in depth on this, a lot of times we think draw a picture, we think a setting, we think a situation, but you can also draw a picture about what someone's feeling. Think about, painting an emotional picture, something that when we listen to the song, we're going to think of emotions maybe that we've experienced and also what the character's going through. Or we're going to be more thinking about a scene, so maybe like a beautiful lake and kind of thinking to when we were at a beautiful lake. And that is another way to paint pictures in someone's head when you're writing a song. So really what I'm saying is the more the better. So the more descriptive you can be in your song lyrics, likely the better your song will be because it'll be more interesting to listeners. I'm not saying, fill your song up so that there's so many words in it because you had to describe every little detail. You want to pick out the details that are the most important, the ones that are going to paint the most vibrant picture. You still don't want your song to be super wordy, meaning that one line goes into the next line, that goes into the next line, that goes into the next line with hardly any breaks. You want to avoid that. So I'm not saying add more descriptive words in order, but then, be left with hardly any room for breaks. What I'm saying is pick those words that are going to be the most important to your song, that are going to paint the most vibrant picture, and use those. Right, so to wrap it up, remember that when you're writing lyrics, think about talking to your best friend. You're not going to leave any details out. You're going to be very, very descriptive, and use this energy when you're writing songs. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I post 2 videos per week all about songwriting, songs that I've written and how I've written them from the start to the finish, which are really exciting, and much more. See you guys in the next video.